Oh, finally. Longer than I thought it would. I don't know what happened. For some reason I couldn't get a good signal out here, but it seems as if we're live. Cool. Let me see. All right, we already got 20 people with us. That's pretty nice. Thanks for joining. Thanks for tuning in. It's nice to see that we're still more and more people joining the leg days. This one is not going to be the longest workout, but it could possibly be the hardest workout we've done so far. I will just adjust the camera. That way you can also see the exercises. Let's get us over here. Alright. Yeah, so today's workout is going to be different in the way that... maybe we can even get all the way over here. That we're only gonna do 2 sets. We've done 3 sets at most workouts so far. So today is only gonna be 2 sets. However, they're gonna be longer. When I say longer, I mean it's gonna be the longest that we've done so far. So it's gonna be tough, but it'll be over with not so long. I put in the description of this video, I put some different intensity levels where there is an elite. That's what I'm gonna do. There's a hard version, and then there's a medium version, and finally there's an easy version. I think I call it the beginner's version. I promise you, even if you do the beginner's version, if you're not used to Dryland or not used to these specific Dryland exercises, you're still gonna be pretty sore tomorrow. So if you're new to this channel, make sure to go pretty easy today. Then you can always step it up. There'll be more live streams. We have one more. Sophia's gonna join me on Friday for one more live stream, and that one's gonna be more intense. There's gonna be some new jumps, a lot more intensity, where this one is gonna be more of a statical workout. So you're gonna feel more leg burn and maybe not as much breathing. The high heart rate is not gonna come today, but I promise you, even if it doesn't feel crazy hard today, if you try and walk stairs tomorrow, you are gonna feel like you're dying. I speak from experience. So alright, so if you go with the elite, you can see the different variations below in the description. But every 4.5 minutes, we're gonna start a new exercise. So I'll do, 3.5 minutes. So I'll do 2.5 minutes of exercise and 1 minute of rest, and it's up to you guys however you want to do it. We go through 5 different exercises. I will just try and explain them as we go through the first set. They're also in the description, but I'll get through it as we go there. I can make a quick explanation before we go, so in case I run out of breath as we go. So I'll just go through them real quick, and then in the middle of it we have a 5-minute set rest break. That is going to come in really handy, trust me, you'll appreciate it. And that's actually it. It sounds pretty simple. It's hard when we get to it. The last exercise, I'll come to it. Then I won't mess it up. Is there any comments I should look at? Thank you. Cool. Yes, as Dylan. Cool that you're with us, Dylan. Shout out to Dylan, my roomie, my friend. Yeah, you can do this anywhere. Like I'm improving it right now. I'm just in a casual park. I think the most important thing right now is that you're not doing it with other people, unless you're already with those people, to stay isolated and stay safe. Ooh, I feel some rain dropping. The phone is safe, so if anybody gets wet, it'll just be me. All right, let's get to it. If you have any questions as we go, I will, during all the breaks, mostly the long set rest, I will try and read all the comments. So if you have any questions, or just want to say hi, I love to know who are following and where you guys are from. It's pretty exciting to see how many different nationalities we can get with us. I think that's really cool. Even though we can't train together with anybody, basically, it's nice to feel some sort of social community aspect of the workouts. All right, let's get to it. So the first exercise is, if you've been with me previously, you're gonna know this one. It's just classic side extensions. You go down, then straight to the side and back in. 3 on each leg, and then the other leg until time is up. We've got some comments. Hey from India. Hey India. Hey Kim. How's it going? All right, second exercise is also a classic. It's outwards hop. You go 1, 2, 3. Switch leg. 1, 2, 3. And we go back and forth like that. 3 jumps on each leg. Oh, more people checking in. Hey, Poland, Korea, pretty cool. Nice to see y'all. Thanks for joining. I'm glad you wanna suffer with me. Alright, third exercise is pretty close to the first one, but instead of just simple in-outs, it's gonna be a circle. So out and then a smooth circle. 3 on each leg, same as the first one. The fourth exercise is a little different. It's partly weight transfer and partly skating imitations. This one is pretty, it looks simple, but it's not that simple. It's very important to be patient in the movement. So I'll try and show. Get down in skating position and then smooth weight transfer. You don't have to extend the leg because this is mostly just feeling that weight transfer. Make sure that you're all lined up, toe, knee, shoulder, and be patient. And the last and final, which if you ask me is by far the hardest exercise, is just classic one leg squats or up downs, whatever you want to call it. This, I'll try and show. They're pretty simple. So there's just a simple up down. Alright, so the hurdle with the last exercise is unlike the rest of them where we do 3 on each leg and then we switch back. This final exercise is going to be 30 seconds one leg, 30 seconds the other leg. That also means if you're doing an uneven or like not an entire, if you're not finishing on an entire minute, you can either go 30 seconds up or 30 seconds down. I will go 30 seconds up to try and make it as hard as possible. Remember, it's the final exercise. We only have 2 sets, so go hard if you can. So that means at the final one, if you like me do 2.5 minutes, you're gonna do 30, 30, 30, 30, 30, and 30. Wow, even the quick explanations sound pretty long when you go through it like that. All right, let me see who else is with us before we start. Korea, Ghana, Italy, Lithuania, some more Indians. Damn, we're so international. That's pretty cool. I'm in Portugal. I'm Danish, but I'm currently in Portugal where I train for now until the whole Corona mess is over with. Hopefully that's soon, but until then, these are really not the worst conditions. As long as we're all safe, and I'm happy because I can train as I had intended to do, as I plan to do. All right, let's start in 50 seconds. Then I got my my clock going, and I'll try and see if I can at least let you know whenever we pass every minute and when it's been 2.5 minutes. So that way, if you follow the different levels of intensity below, you can almost go into your zone and just listen to my voice. I can't promise anything because there is a big chance that I'll get tired as well. That's the whole purpose of the workout. Hey, Lithuania. Oh, so cool. I had no idea that there was any Lithuanian followers and subscribers. All right, 15 seconds and we go. I hope you guys warmed up a little beforehand. Otherwise, it's gonna be pretty tough straight from the first set. We're starting in 5 seconds. And again, simple extensions, 3 on each leg. Let's do it. So the goal of this exercise, you would probably, is that the only thing that actually moves is this leg. The rest of this should be pretty relaxed, not wobbly, but just relaxed. Remain in the same position. Make sure to look a little forward through the eyebrows. Have a nicely rounded back. Make sure to don't lose the hip behind you. So you can like really sit on it. Stay compact. The lower you sit, the longer stroke you can get, and that gives you a lot of speed when you're skating. That was already 1 minute. You should always try and find some technical key points you can work on. For me, I try and relax my shoulders and not let this knee pop in as I extend the opposite leg. And sit low. A minute and a half. Also try and keep a smooth rhythm. It's easy when you begin to fatigue to rush it, but try not. That was 2 minutes. So far, so good. You're free to use your arms. Make sure they're not just flying around, but actually used in a way that would make you go faster if you were skating. So in coordination with your legs. I'll try and demonstrate a little. Last 10 seconds. And rest. All right, 1 down, only 9 to go. How was that? Let me hear what you guys are saying. Video for hip position. Usually I just keep it under my shoulders and above my knees. I'll try and figure that out while skating. Yeah, ideally your hips should be pretty flat most of the time. If you do a proper double push, you can get a little out of twisting it, but it shouldn't be move too much. Definitely not sideways. If anything, you can use it to push under. But for most skaters, it's more about keeping it in place so you don't lose any power. 15 seconds and we go again. If you've got the next exercise, it's the tiny jumps. Again, you can use the arms, you can also not use them. I switch a little back and forth. They might be helpful when you want to keep your balance. And, oh, here we go. But if you're a long distance skater, you usually skate with the arms at the back. It's also good to be able to let them sit there. No rush when jumping here. It's not like a dynamic exercise like that, at least not to a big extent. Smooth jumps. It's more an endurance exercise. It's more better balance and control. So just try and be low at all times. Make sure your upper body doesn't bump up and down. In the same position. Also, I mentioned earlier that try and keep the same rhythm. I would for this exercise say that it's more important that you find to gain your balance in between every jump than keeping that rhythm. That was the first minute. Otherwise, you're going to mess up all 3 jumps, whereas if you have one terrible jump, find balance, you can still get the most out of the rest of it. As some of you may already notice now, this exercise imitates to some extent the double push movement, which is really nice. You're going to activate the outside of the leg, which would enable you to push under yourself, as we kind of do to go that way. Even if you're an ice skater, short track, long track, it's important to be strong at the outside of the glutes, because that's a big part of keeping the knee stable so we don't let it fall in or out. Alright, those 2. Alright, we've got a minute break. Some of you already started that break. Don't wait for me. It was so hard. Yes, it is hard. Imagine how hard it's gonna be second set. Left, you feel the weight transfer on the left leg, correct, but not the right. I myself also feel not perfectly synchronized. The fatigue is. I don't feel it perfectly, or I don't look perfectly symmetrical when I skate on straightaways. I think this goes for a lot of skaters because we usually turn left. So once we try and go straight, most of us feel more comfortable doing this movement than the opposite. But this just takes practice and stuff like this, where we train both sides equally. All right, 5 seconds and we go again. This time it's the circles. 3 in each. Here we go. Notice how I get more and more silent. I look at my watch more and more often. I think it's the fatigue. That was the first minute. Up, guys. Whew, more than halfway through the first set. Yes, glutes. Same goes for me. When I'm out inline skating, I think my weak spot is my lower back. When I do dryland, it's definitely the butt. Yes, where's Sophia? I miss her too. Sophia and I had a really hard weightlifting session this morning. And that included a ton of lunges. So she wanted a little more rest before doing the dryland, but I promise she will do it. She promised she would do it. But she didn't join the live session. But yeah, she'll be up to it. She'll have to suffer alone, which might even be even harder. 15 seconds and we go again. This time the Killzone, more of a statical exercise. But it still takes a lot of focus. You should really feel the pressure going into the ground. And here we go. Ooh, it's raining out here. Make sure you don't reach out with the leg. but let it be the whole body, smoothly and slowly moving onto the other leg, not falling. Otherwise, when you're skating, you're just gonna fall from side to side and not really load any power into it. That was already 1 minute. This one ain't too bad. Like I mentioned in the beginning, make sure to try and always autocorrect yourself. If you have a mirror, you can try and look at yourself, try and see what am I not doing wrong, is everything lined up properly. For me, one of the things I'm always looking for, I can see myself in the phone right now, which is super handy, is that this leg is not going in like that. I want to keep everything pointing forward and everything in a straight line. So I have a habit of letting, especially my right knee, go in. So I think of activating my butt, try and keep the knees out. This is also really helpful if you want to perform a smooth double push. Look at that, 2 minutes gone. Last 10, guys. And a minute of rest before we get to the final exercise of the first set. But soon, halfway. I am sweaty, but most of this is actually water falling from the sky. I don't know who planned that to happen right now. Out of all days. What else do we have here? Can you tell me once again the problem of weight transfer? It'll be a favor. Well, weight transfer has to be at least symmetrical between the two legs. It takes patience. Like I just explained, the reason I struggle sometimes, especially when I get tired, is that my knee, mostly the right, go in. So instead of getting that smooth weight transfer, it comes a little too sudden. And that also gets my upper body out of position. So I would say if you have everything in the hips, the glutes, and the legs properly aligned, you can almost relax in the upper body and feel that flow from side to side and keep generating speed. All right, in 2 seconds we go again. Remember, this one is 30 seconds in each leg. And here we go. And then we switch to the opposite leg. A good rule that I use myself is when I can feel this leg or this knee almost touching, sometimes I even try and touch this little spot in the back of the ankle of the opposite leg, I kind of know that I'm getting low enough. And we switch. One more thing you want to remember is that your upper body should not be bouncing. It should only be the leg going up and down. Anything, any movement here is just loss of power. So keep that relaxed, but in the same compact position. All right, 10 seconds and we can switch legs again. I will admit that I feel this burning. So if you guys are with me, it's totally fair. Like I said, since we're doing 30 seconds at the time, it's not going to be possible to do 2.5 minutes. So you can either go for 2 or 3. Same goes if you're doing 1.5 minutes. You got to go 30 up and 30 down. If you can't decide, how about take this first set easy and see what you got left for the second set, and then go up and switch. It's 1.5 minutes, halfway. Don't try and cheat by fully extending the leg and get a little rest. And make sure to get perfectly low in between every rep. Don't let the upper body sink forward or backwards. Alright, last time on the left. That was 2 minutes. Make sure to It's not too shaky, not wobbling. Keep it steady. Solid. Got 10 more seconds on the left. And we switch. Last 30. We'll get a full 5 minutes of rest. And we're halfway already. Promised it would be fast. I did also promise it was going to be hard. Alright, now it's not raining anymore, it's just pure sweat. I admit that. Nice job. Final 5 seconds. And it is sit rest. Whew. I'm excited to hear if you guys felt that. I think it's pretty obvious from my face and my breathing that I did feel it. Hi Petronella. Nice with Danish viewers. Won't go to the gym. My upper body is not stable. What should I do? Oh, thanks India. Much love back. If you want me to really answer all these questions, I have a little extra time right now. You can use this super chat function. It's a little $ at the bottom of the chat. Then you can donate any amount you would want to donate. And when you do that, your chat is going to be like highlighted. It's going to stay on the screen, and that'll give me a lot of time to really look at that question or comment and go a little more in depth and try and see if I can help you all out while I can still breathe. Well, I'll try and go through the question here with the upper body. It depends how your upper body is unstable. I would definitely recommend doing some core exercises. By core, I don't mean getting a jacked upper body. I mean really getting the center of the stomach, stability from that. If you're not stable in the core, there is almost no chance that you can get that energy you can generate with the upper body into the skates and create speed. You're all gonna lose it because this is too soft, too wobbly. You want to almost try and keep, or you do actually want to try and keep this line that goes from shoulder to nip or to hip, shoulder, knee, and foot. You want to keep a straight line at all time when you're skating. So if your upper body is twisting too much to the side, that's not gonna be great for you. That it's like if you look at it in that way as a line, it seems pretty obvious that if this is out of control, you're not gonna be able to push that way probably if your upper body is here, and you're just gonna be hanging. So you want to keep this compact, keep tense in the core, but still relax the rest of the body. So it just goes with the movement. You see, totally relaxed. So one of the reasons that your upper body is not the way I just tried and demonstrate here is if your knees are wobbly, if you're not perfectly solid. That's why we train the butt all the time, because you want to be able to activate this part of your butt, the gluteus medius. You want to be able to activate that in order to keep the knee straight. So if you're not strong here, that's why we do all these goddamn circles. If you're not strong here, you can't keep this knee, and that's when your upper body goes out of place. So if all of this is perfectly strong, you can keep the hip in place, you can keep the knee, you can keep this leg perfectly behind, not like that. There's basically no reason why you would want to contract the upper body, or why you would want to make that tense at any time. It's just gonna follow whatever happens. So the reason you can go out here is if this goes in there. If this goes out, you're gonna go in there. But as long as this stays on top of each other, the upper body is just gonna follow. The other mistake you can do is if your upper body bounces up and down. One of the reasons why that would happen is if you get too much weight forward, it's gonna go backwards, or the other way around if you get your legs backwards. So make sure you're not lifting this leg too high, because then your upper body would naturally, to compensate, will go down. So keep the legs, that's why we do the circles, keep them so as close to the ground as possible. So you're not gonna bounce up and down. Also when skating, make sure to not keep this too far forward, so your body goes like that. You would always try to put this leg down right under the center of your body's gravity. That way you won't have to twist anything. You can just do a simple, it's almost gonna be doing a one leg squat with some leverage from the other leg, and then you can ski. All right, we're starting in 1 minute. I should make a live with Mantia. Yeah, that would be cool. We actually talked about that. For now, he's stuck in the US. I'm here, but they'll for sure come up at some point. Do you recommend to push or just to fall? That's a good question. Thanks for watching too. I will try and see if I can talk a little about that as we go. I'll give it a good shot. We're starting in 30 seconds. How can I get away from backache and keep good position? That's also a really good question. All right, let me take that question first. I forgot the other question, but please remind me, I'll look at it. We're starting in 5 seconds with the classic side extensions. Let's do it. 2, 1, let's go. All right, so the reason you get tired in the back is due to 2 things mainly. The first is probably gonna be the vibrations. I would say if you're staying like this, I don't know with you guys, but my back is not tired at all for doing this, even though we end up being in the skating position for more than half an hour today. So a lot of it comes from the vibrations. And a good way to avoid that, you can try and go for a smoother surface. If you're not in charge of that, the easiest way would be get some boots that are a little softer, and especially some wheels that are softer. Even within every brand of wheels, there's different modalities or variations, so you can matter it would be FO, F1, F2. If you're talking MPC wheels, it's gonna be firm, XX firm, or firm, X firm, and XX firm. And I would suggest to go for something a little softer. The last thing you want to do is to try and not let the upper body fall down. So the more you move the shoulders ahead of your point of center of gravity, the more your back is going to work to keep it up so you're not falling forward. So if you try and get the knees a little further out in front of the feet, in front of the shin, sit a little more up, not go full, but just a little more, this is going to hold itself because your shoulders and your upper body is not pushed out front. So try and get your hip more under and get the shoulders up a little. That way your upper body is almost going to hold itself, and that's for sure going to relieve a lot. If not, you can always try kinesio tape, get something that goes from the upper butt up around the back. That's for sure helpful. Wow, time flies. We're almost at 2 minutes, guys. That's on you. If you make me talking, I forget the rest. Last 20. And we got a minute off. All right, we're going again. Start of set 2, and we're slowly going to the end of this. I'm sorry if my voice is not super loud. It might be the rain. Bye, thanks for watching. Sad to see you leave. Now you made it this far. Let's see if we can go all the way. Do I recommend to push or just to fall? That is a good question. That depends what you want to do. If you want to save energy, the best would be try and use your body weight as much as possible. If you're sprinting, you might not have the time to just let the body fall from side to side. So you want to also use your legs a little more. If it's a full sprint, if you skate perfectly, you're going to combine the 2 of them so you can use your body weight and the power of your legs to generate speed. So it all depends how fast you want to go. And outwards jumps. Let's do it. I can try and show you from the side to get a different point of view. And you can also see if I'm low or not. I don't know if that's smart. The goal here, except for the fact that I try and remain as low as I can, is that my upper body doesn't go up and down. So the second I land, I'm in a position where I'm ready to push off again. And that was a minute. Nice. Minute and a half. Feels like it's a lot longer than the first set. Make sure to stay relaxed in the leg you're not using. The leg we call the recovery leg. You want to get some blood flowing through this leg. Otherwise, it's going to be really hard. Same goes when you're out skating. As soon as this is done pushing, you want to relax it. Don't let it fall out of place, but let the blood flow through. All right, last 10. And we got rest. Whew, 2 down, 3 to go. And we are done. Then I get to go home to Sophia and I get to eat a really nice shawarma. I think we made that a tradition. A good one. Yeah. For sure I can leave a double push. We can talk a little after the stream, see a few people ask for a Q&A. Sophia and I actually talked about making a Q&A where you guys get all the time you want to ask questions and we'll try and answer them. So yeah, I'll leave the stream on for about 10 minutes when we're done. And you guys can ask whatever you want to ask and I'll try and answer. We're going in 10. Well, there's a question how to do starts when you're on a bank track. Circles. And here we go. I again can try and make it from the side. So you can see a different angle. See how my goal here is to make a smooth circle just above the ground and make this not go up, not down, and more importantly, not tilt with it. Because if we tilt here, you're going to lose the pressure. If you stay here, it doesn't tilt, you can keep pushing all the way through the push. I'm going to regret that I demonstrated that. That was a lot of time on one leg. Oh yeah, so if you start, I assume this is a time trial start in the corner of the bank track. I would say the easy solution here, I know it might take a while, that's why I always recommend young skaters to start out like this and make it a habit, is to always put your right leg first. That way, usually that's the leg that's going to be rolling. So you're going to be rolling into the banking, like uphill. That way you're going to remain stable and not roll out of position before you do your start. Yeah, that's my best advice. Otherwise, you can try and keep your body weight a little more backwards so you're not rolling to avoid false starts. Nice, a minute and a half, last minute of the last circle set. Ooh. 45 to go. Smooth. Don't rush it. And that was it for service. We've got Killzone left and a whole lot of up downs. Oh, 40 viewers. Pretty cool to see more and more people joining. I was expecting people to leave when we got to this point. That's badass. Shout out to y'all. Please show my double push. I can only do double push on inline skates, so that's gonna be hard. I will make sure to post a double push video on my Instagram during this week, so you can always hit a follow there, and you'll see that part. Oh, cool, Michael. Thanks for following, and thanks for the compliments. Yeah, I'd love to share what I learned and hopefully help you guys improve a little. All right, here we go. 5 seconds and the Killzone. Stay low, stay controlled, stay patient more than anything. And let's get to it. Second last exercise of today. Small steps, catch it with the butt, with the hip. I know that's where we're struggling now, but that's also what we're working on. Smooth. You hear I'm trying to not tilt with the elbow body, but catch it. Almost feel when you push off, even though it's not a real push, try and feel a little extra weight on the outside of your shoes. That way you know that you're not caving in, you know you're not letting go too early of the push. That was a minute. All right, make it burn. We're not trying to be performant at the end of the workout, we're trying to be dead. This is practice, not competition. One and a half gone. Can't field it, you're a superhero, or you're doing it wrong. I can't. Uh, 40 seconds. Stay low, stay flat, don't let it go up in between the legs. In a non-sexual context. 3. Whew. The last but hardest one to go. For this one I'll shake it a little. I'm starting to hurt. Glad it's only 2 sets. Dry skate double push. I don't think it's possible to do a dry skate double push. Yeah, me too, I feel that shower. I'm having a shower in the rain and also my sweat, so it's double up. I don't know if that's better or worse. So the double push is technically, because you have so much lean, that's why you can't really imitate it on shoes. You have so much lean from the previous skating stroke that you can put this leg under, sort of under yourself, even a little further in here, and then before you do your initial push to that side, you can use this leg as leverage to generate power that way and kind of float on it and then push the classic push. So that's going to be really hard to do without skates because it can't generate that momentum. And here we go. 30 seconds each leg. Final 3 minutes of the workout. Am I low enough? I feel pretty damn low. but I also feel low at the end of a marathon. Usually I'm not. And switch leg. 1 down, 5 to go. Not minutes, leg. Alright, 10 more here, we get the switch. And switch. Alright, even though it might be a little tough for the brain because we're pretty occupied processing all this pain, this is what when you're gonna stay cool up in the upper floor. Make sure that you're only using the part that you really need for this exercise. So the shoulders, no reason to get tense here, especially this leg. Just let it loose. Try and save as much energy as you can. Focus everything on keeping this straight and keeping this efficient. And switch. Alright, we're halfway. Remember, this is the last thing we're going to do today. This is where you make the difference. The people that finish this strong are the people that are going to finish their competition strong. Still some carrots, you guys. 5 more. And switch. Last time on the right leg, and you can put that one on the couch. So just about 1 shred drop per squat right now. 10 more in this one. And switch for the last time. Alright, keep that steady rhythm. Stay in balance. Don't let the upper body go up or down. Make sure to have the hip under, don't let it push backwards. Make this relaxed. Make sure it's like completely vertical. Try and get this into a 90 degrees angle. So 10 more seconds. And we're done. Whew. Good. Walking straight all of a sudden becomes as difficult as the exercise itself. When I work out one-on-one, like my knees get wobbly, what should I do to improve? Oh, that is a good question. I have struggled with this myself. All right, let's take that question. If you want to make sure that I answer your questions, you can use the super chat function. I don't want to be too annoying and mention it too often, but I do this out of my own pocket, and I really hope to buy some nice equipment, at least to improve the sound, if anything. But you can super chat, and then your comment is going to be highlighted. You can donate anything from $1, I think. So how do I walk? I don't. But then I'll make sure to come back to those comments. What was the first question here? How to improve that stability. The reason I've done this, and I continue to do this, I even do it as my race warm-up before all my World Cups and championships. I use elastic bands. So as you can see, there's this block. Imagine having an elastic band that goes around this knee or just above the knee. That's going to put even more pressure on not being wobbly and trying to stay straight on it. You can keep this one as a counterbalance, so you're not going to fall over. But then slowly go down, go about 50%, 50% on the legs, and try and keep that one steady. So the elastic band is going to pull that way, and you want to maintain the same position. You can do the same having the elastic band like that, and that's going to force you that way, and you will try and keep it straight like that. Another way to do it is as your warm-up as well, or you can do it as an individual workout even. Put a band that gets the legs together so it's all around your knees, and then just try and move sideways. It's really going to activate the glutes, but it's going to help you stay straight on the knees. if I can do a camp in India, India is gonna come and learn from me. I want to do a camp in India. I think I almost made that promise. We'll have to wait a little because I don't think right now, due to the corona, is the best time. Under push, over push, set down, recover, over and over again while double pushing. Eddie Metzger used to say that. Really helped me rhythm my double push. Yeah, that is, it's more complicated than that, but for sure, that is a really good guideline. I think for most skaters, especially if you're not a sprinter or if the way you're winning your races is not by a mass sprint or passing on a track, a big part of this, it really goes for recreational skaters and marathon skaters, is just to save energy. And that's why you want to do the double push, so you can use your body weight, and instead of making it a new push over and over, you can carry that energy and carry that speed from the previous stroke into the next stroke. And that's why you get that rhythm instead of if you do classic pushes, like push, push. It's going to be a lot of effort and a lot of muscular power. Whereas if you can use this recovery to generate that under push and the weight of your body to push under yourself, and then by having this momentum, this leverage, this lean, you're gonna carve it out until you get to the inside of the skate, and then you can generate another push, and that way you can keep, to a certain extent, using the power over and over again, and that is definitely gonna help you when you go for long skates such as a marathon. What are some arm workouts without machines? Oof, thanks, that's a good question, Dylan. If you, are you looking to get pumped, Dylan? There's a few videos on that on the channel actually. You'll have to scroll down a little. I had Harry, my Finnish friend, help me out a little with those. Some of them takes a 5 kilo or 10-12 pound plate to do, but they're super useful. I made some core exercises. I think it's called 22 core exercises that skaters should do and can't do anywhere. Hi from Valparaiso, Chile. Oh, cool. Thanks for following the class. I hope you want to join next time. Maybe I should do a little advertising now that I got you all gathered here together. We still got 40 viewers. Pretty cool, even though we're done. I would assume you would all be on the couch on the way to get some food, but it's nice to have you still. Sophia is gonna come back to me. I saw a comment here where Sophia, and do some long distance with Sophia. Yes, we are going to do that. Sophia is currently waiting for her first ever inlines, or at least in a long time. And as soon as we get them, I'll try and see if I can convince her to go for some longer skates. Maybe at first we should go for something more simple, but that's gonna be fun. I promise to do an how to assemble your skates video on that, and if she allows me to, I'll make a video on how to learn how to inline skate when it's your first time. There's a lot of smart hacks where you can learn a little faster than if you just go off by whatever feels natural to you. Yeah, so I wanted, before I close this, you can still super chat and donate some money to me, Sophia, and the channel. Then we promise to make more workouts and more content. And also, we'll make this Q&A. For sure, there's another question on wheel size. We can try and include that in the Q&A at some point. But until then, I am gonna be back on Friday with Sophia. And Friday is gonna be hard, the hardest dryland workout so far. So you better be ready for it. Make sure to get some good rest until then. Carb up, fuel up, be warm for it. We're gonna do a lot of jumping at first. There's gonna be 16 sets of different jumps, and then we're gonna go into dryland, and it's gonna hurt. I promise you that. So make sure to get this workout out of the legs so you can be performant and efficient. Next time I'll see you, it's gonna be Friday at 5 p.m. European, Central European time zone. So whatever they have in Paris, Copenhagen, you name it. And I hope to see even more people. We were twice as many joining today as we were the last time. That's so cool. I'm proud of myself, I'm proud of Sophia, and I'm really proud of you guys for following this workout. That's impressive. Honestly, this is what we do, and we made a career out of skating. So it's not just an easy workout that anybody could do. So that's impressive. Thanks a lot, and thanks for the super chats. Thanks for the views and shares on social media. The more people, the cooler. Bring your friends, but let them stay at home. Thanks a lot. Over and out.